Chao Anouvong, 1767–1829, led the Laotian Rebellion, 1826–1829, as the last monarch of the Lao Kingdom of Vientiane. Anouvong succeeded to the throne in 1805 upon the death of his brother, Chao Inthavong's Setthathirath III. Anou was known by his father's regnal number until recently discovered records disclosed that his father and brother had the same regnal name. The reign of King Anouvong in 1779, following the fall of Viangchan by King Taksin's army, the city was looted but was spared destruction. The Emerald Buddha and several other important Buddha images were taken to Siam. The sons and daughter of King Siribunyasan were taken as hostages, along with several thousand Lao families who were resettled in Saraburi, north of the Siamese capital. Siribunyasan had 3 sons, who were all to succeed him as king of Viangchan, Nanthasen, Inthavong, and Anouvong. On the death of Siribunyasan in 1781, Siam allowed his eldest son, Nanthasen, to return to Viangchan as king. He was permitted to take with him the Phra, a gold Buddha statue which had originally been brought from Angkor by Phon Gum, the first king of Lansang, and was taken to Siam in 1779. In 1791, Nanthasen convinced Rama I that King Anerth of Luang Prabang was secretly meeting with the Burmese and plotting a rebellion against Siam. Nanthasen was permitted to attack Luang Prabang and captured the city in 1792. The Luang Prabang royal family were all sent to Bangkok as prisoners and remained there for 4 years. 2 years later, Nanthasen was himself accused of plotting a rebellion against Siam with the Lao governor of Nakhon Phanom, allegedly making diplomatic overtures to Vietnam. Nanthasen was arrested, and possibly executed, in 1794. In 1795, Inthavong was installed as king of Viangchan, with his brother Anouvong assuming the traditional post of vice-king, Upahat. Burmese armies invaded Siam in both 1797 and 1802, and Inthavong dispatched several Lao armies under Anouvong to assist in the defense. Anouvong gained recognition for his bravery and won several major victories in the Sipsong Shotai. Inthavong died in 1804, and Anouvong succeeded him the ruler of Viangchan. By 1813 he had begun a series of religious and symbolic acts which remain highly controversial. Anouvong called a great Buddhist council of the Sangha, only the third held in Laotian history, and it was decided that a new emerald Buddha would be carved. Anouvong ordered repairs on the Halfraku, and also ordered several new temples to be established and dedicated to the emerald Buddha. Bizarrely, he ordered a major bridge to be built across the wide Mekong River. In 1819 Anouvong rushed to suppress a rebellion in Kingdom of Chimpisk, led by a charismatic monk who had caused the ruler to flee to Bangkok. Anouvong's son Nyo led an army south from Viangchan and easily suppressed the uprising. Since the king of Chimpisk by then had died, King Rama II appointed Nyo as the new king of Chimpisk. Anouvong thus had succeeded in uniting 2 of the 3 Lao kingdoms under his control. Also that year, he ordered the construction of Wat Si Sakit, which was completed in 1824. The temple was a major statement of his authority, as it was intentionally oriented so that when Anouvong's vassals came to pledge their annual allegiance, they physically turned their backs on Bangkok. The funeral of Rama II, the Siamese king Rama II died in 1824, and it was unclear who would succeed him. The likely successors were young Prince Mongkut, who was the son of Queen Sri Saryendra, and Mongkut's elder and more experienced half-brother Prince Jesada Bodhindra, who was only the son of a court concubine. A crisis was avoided when Prince Mongke chose to enter the Buddhist Sangha as a monk. The potential crisis had led to the military being on high alert, and the British, who had recently begun the First Anglo-Burmese War, were closely monitoring the situation. In the midst of these events, the Lao kings of Luang Prabang, Viangchan, and Chimpusk made their way to Bangkok for the royal funeral ceremonies to be held the following year in accordance with custom. The new king, Rama III, had already begun implementing the Thai census and forced tattooing policies in the Krat Plateau. During this period, Anouvong's retinue and one of his sons were impressed into Corvée labor projects, including digging canals, felling of sugar palms, harvesting bamboo, and constructing the Phra Samet Chetty. It appears that at one of the projects, Anouvong's son had been mocked and possibly even been beaten. Anouvong was furious and cut short the traditional obeisance at the Siamese court. It is not clear whether Anouvong decided to rebel during his stay in Bangkok, or if he had already been planning it and was just awaiting an excuse. Nevertheless, he made demands before he left. He wanted the return of the Emerald Buddha, the release of his sister, who had been taken 45 years earlier, and the return of the Lao families who had been forcibly relocated in Saraburi. Thai historians assert that Anouvong rebelled over a personal slight, when each of his requests was in turn denied and he was told he could return with only one dancer from his original retinue. However, the intensity of the Lao rebellion suggests the motivations were more complex.